Hi, welcome to Creating the Goods. I'm Wendy. I'm so excited today. I finally got my little Cricut earrings off of my drawing table. Back in July, I had the pleasure of going to the Cricut Makeathon, and let me tell you, if you've never been, I highly recommend it. They have classes that you can sign up for, and they teach you how to use your Cricut machine. There's also other YouTubers that have classes that you go to, and they themselves also teach you how to use your Cricut machine. People like Ken from Ken's Creations, Lori Newmaker, Melody Lane, Debbie O'Neill. There's also Carol from Cricut Crafts that I also met, and that's just to name a few. So I highly recommend it. If you can make it, please try and go. Let's get back to my earrings. Okay, so I wanted to make these cute little Cricut earrings using basswood, using my knife blade. So what I did was I went to Design Space, and of course I created a few different earrings here. These cute little guys, you put the little head in front of your earlobe and the little body goes behind. So it's adorable, just hangs there. And these, of course, have a little wire hook and you just put them in and they dangle. So anyway, long story short, the knife blade is a phenomenal tool, but it does not cut intricate work well. And these little antennas are very intricate. So I don't recommend it, and I didn't want to recommend it to you to make. So when I came back from the Cricut event, I went back to my drawing table and decided to have them created a little bit differently. So today, without any further ado, I'm going to show you how you can make these for yourself. So why don't we get started, and I'll meet you at my crafting table. Okay, so here are some of the problems that I had with my cute little guys. You can see here, broke, or it cracked in the back. Here's another one. I wore it and cute little antenna fell off. So I decided I didn't want to use that. So then I decided that, hey, how about if I use chipboard? I figured it was nice and thick and that would give it some substance. So I decided, okay, well, let me try it. Well, as it was cutting, it started to peel. So I figured, well, that's not going to work. So back to the drawing board. Then I decided craft board. That's exactly what I decided to use. I like the idea of using the craft board. And what I did was I cut out 3 pieces like so, and I glued them together. When I went ahead and did that, this is what I got. As you can see, it's almost identical to my little guy. But this is craft board. This is basswood. So today we are going to use and make our little Cricut earrings out of craft board. So what you'll need is you'll need some craft board. I bought this sampler pack. Okay, it's by Cricut. Let's see if I can get that in the shot. 1 second. There we go. Okay, it's craft board. I bought the sampler pack. But what you're going to do is you'll need the white for this project. And that is another beauty of this with using the craft. It's already white, and you don't have to go ahead and paint it like I did with these little guys. So that's another plus. You'll also need some iron-on. Okay, and I have this glitter iron-on green. You'll need some pearls in different sizes, and I'll tell you what they are as we go. You'll need some fish wire hooks for these guys. You'll need Sharpie for the eyes and some glue. You'll need some of these little earring studs. I guess that's what you call them. I really don't know, but I'll have them for you. So you can put them on the back of the earring. And of course, I like to use these for the back of the earring to close them up. It gives it a little bit more stability for your ear. Okay, let me just show you too. I didn't get to show you earlier. These cute little guys, this goes in the front of your earlobe. So you just put it on through the hole. And then this goes in the back of your ear. So you go like this. And you just clip it on. Okay, very cute. One other thing I'd like to tell you, and I'll show you in Design Space, and we're going to go there in a minute. These guys is out of basswood. They're substantial. Okay, I redesigned these, and their little antennas are pretty sturdy. So if you want to try your hand at basswood and you want to use your craft knife, I also have an area where you can use that, and I'll show you where that is. Another nice thing about making this out of these little guys out of craft board is that any cutting machine can make it. Explorer, Silhouette, of course your Maker, you're just using the fine point blade. So you'll also need a few other things, and let me see, you'll need to have, sorry about the moving of the camera, just gonna move that over a little bit. You'll need your heat press, and you'll need a cutting machine. All right, one thing what I would like to do is you also need your heavy grip mat. Let me get that going here. I'm using my purple one because I've used it so many times. When I put my heavy duty craft board down, you only need a little bit. I put some painter's tape on it so that way when it goes through my cutting machine, I won't have any issues it coming up. All right, so that's what I did. I'll show you. What I like to do too is, because I have all this room, I just turn it around. That way I get all my mat completely covered. I'll show you there. Just move that down. There we are. Move that down. And I'm going to take my iron-on. I have the glitter iron-on. It's in the green. This is pretty heavy duty material. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to get this out of the way for a minute. And I'm going to get, I love this ruler. This is a nice safety ruler. Cricut just put this out. I absolutely love it. And of course, the knife blade. It's so nice. It has this little thing down below here. That's easy to change your knives. You don't have to touch anything. Highly recommend this. If you're interested, I'll put a link down below. There we are. What I like about this ruler is your fingers are safe. You don't have to worry about it. And I'm also using the healing, self-healing mat. So all I have to do is just slice and come down. All right, that's easy peasy. Get that out of the mat back out. Okay, remember, this is iron-on. Okay, there's a heavy, when you see this, and there's a shiny side right here. This is the part that you put down on your mat. This is your transfer paper. All right, this is the paper, or this is the iron-on that's going to go on your project. So that way you always put the shiny side down. Okay, again, this is my mat that I have been using a lot. I have washed it a few times, but so what I like to do is I just come up and I use a little bit of tape just to make sure that it's down secure and it's not going to go anywhere, like so. I'm going to put that off to the side. So I have, like I said, I have my craft board here, and I have my iron on the other side. So let's get started, and I will meet you in design space. Okay, we are in design space. We are going to start off with our little Cricut earrings, the ones that dangle first. Just going to make this bigger. This is what our final project is going to look like. Okay. All right. When you come in, you will see I have creating the goods um, over the earrings. Oh, down here, if you decide that you would like to try your hand at cutting out with basswood, I have your template right here. Okay, you'll need to use the 1/16, and that's this right here. The reason that this is different from this one we can put a hole in it for our earring right here. This one you cannot. There is no way that the cutting knife is going to be able to put a small little hole in there. So you will have to use a different tool, and I could tell you that later how to do that. All right, so anyway, when you come in, all you have to do is come over here to the right and come over right here and just click on the eyeball, and that will get rid of my logo. Also the B right here, and we are just cutting out, not basswood, so I'm going to cross them off as well. Now, what we need to do is, these are grouped. All you have to do is come over here and ungroup them. All right, we are going to make a hole right here so we can put our jump ring in. All right, come over here to shapes, click on a circle. We are going to size our circle, very small like so. I might have to go a little small. Double check. Smaller. And I believe that's pretty good. Now, what we can do is we could duplicate that circle, put it over, oops, I'm sorry, just the circle, take, and put that right there. I'm going to highlight the whole thing, come over down to the bottom here, and click slice. There you are. We don't need that anymore, and we don't need that. We now have a hole. Now we could do the same thing with this, or we could just click on that, click duplicate, and we're good to go. So that's what I'm going to do. Now there's one more thing. I said that we need to make 3 layers of our craft board. So what I'm going to go ahead and do right now is I'm going to duplicate a few more. Okay, so that's for the 1 earring. Okay, we just need to do 4 total. Just make duplicate 4 total. So another 2. There we are. So now we have enough to make our earrings out of the craft board. Okay. Now, when you come over here, again, this is grouped. You need to ungroup it. This will be the front, and this will be the back. I've already flipped this because it's iron-on. We need to mirror, so this is all ready to go. So what I'm going to do is, we don't need to duplicate this. I only need 1 of each. All right. What I'm going to do is, with this guy right here, here we are, we're just going to turn that off. I just wanted to show you the different layers. All right, so now we have everything that we need to make. I'm going to come over here, click Make It. Okay, it's on my board. Now, my paper, I think you've noticed when I put it on my board, I did not make sure when you measure your material on the board that when it cuts, it goes to the right amount of material that is placed on that board. And I know this is going over too far. My paper does not go over to 8 inches. So I'm going to bring this down a little bit so that way I know I have enough room. Just do it like this. I'm just going to move it up a little bit. Because my paper, I was using scrap. So now I know I have it. All right, we don't need to mirror this. We're going to hit continue. Actually, I'm going to come down here so I don't forget. Normally, I always forget. It seems to be one of my bad habits. This I'm going to mirror because it is iron-on. So I'm going to do that right now. That way I don't have to worry about it later. So I'm going to come back up to my mat right here. This is not a mirror on. It's not on. I'm just going to hit continue. All right. I have already set my materials. I set my materials, a lot of the materials that I use more frequently, I put it under my favorites, and I'll show you how to do that. When you hit browse materials, you'll come down and there'll be little stars next to the Cricut. So if I use corrugated cardboard a lot, I could just click on the star and it will show up right here. So that way I don't have to go ahead and browse any of the materials that I use frequently. So I am using my craft board today. I'm going to click on that. Default. I already had my I already loaded my fine point blade. So I am going to load my machine. You just hit the arrow, this arrow. Then it's going to say, make sure you hit your little Cricut Guy. And that's what I'll do now. I'm going to flip my mat around like I showed you earlier. I have ready to do my next mat right here. I have my mirror on. Now, this is not craft board, so I need to change my materials. Come over here, the little arrow down, click on it. I have already my glitter iron-on. Click on that. So now it's glitter iron-on. It's also reminding me to make sure that I have my mirror on and the shiny side facing down on my mat. And I do. Okay, default. I have my fine point blade in. Okay, and it's telling me to click the arrow to load my mat. It's also telling me that I can press go and make it fast mode. On the craft board, it does not give you that option, but on the glitter iron-on, it does. So I am take advantage of it. I like things being done quickly. So I will click on that and I will hit the go button on my machine. Okay, and that's done. So I'm going to release my mat. I'm going to hit finish. Now I'm going to take you right into the next design. All right, we're going to come over here and look at these earrings. These are the little guys that we're going to be making. Make them a little bit bigger for you. All right, so you'll see creating the goods again on the earrings. All you have to do is come over here to the right. and just click the eye on, and then we'll turn that off. These are grouped. All I have to do is come over here, ungroup it. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to group them again because I want to show you we need to make copies of these because we are using the heavy duty craft board. So I'm making 3 on each earring, 3 layers. So I need to have, we have 1, 2, and I believe we have to make 2 more. So I'm just gonna, oops, click on that. I'm gonna do 1. Back down over here. I'm gonna do another one, another duplicate. And, oops, and move this over here. Okay. So now we have 3 copies. Okay. I'm just going to move our little guy over here. All right, so we have 3 copies now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to ungroup this one, ungroup this one, and I'm going to ungroup this one because we don't want them to cut like that. Okay. Then we have our iron-on right here. This is also grouped. What I'm going to do is ungroup it. I do not need to make any more copies. This is going on the front of the earring, so I only need 1 for each earring and our little faces. Okay. I'm not putting anything on the back. All right, so we're good to go. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm just going to delete this because we are not going to be making our little, oops, we don't want to cancel that out. I just have this all layered for you because I wanted you to see it. All right, so that is completely done. I already went ahead and put holes in it, and we are ready to go. You're just going to come over here, make it. Okay. Again, this is going to be, I'm going to come over here. I want to make sure I put my mirror on. All right. I'm going to come over here. Make sure when you do, you're going to put your shiny side down. And here you're going to come over here and say, continue. Okay, it says set my material. Again, I'm going to do the craft board. I already went ahead for video purposes and I've already cut this out. I used the craft board for this one. And then for this one, you just come in and you'll change your materials. There's a little arrow like I showed you before, and you'll just do your glitter iron on. And that is mirror on, okay? So I'm going to meet you at my craft table and let's put our earrings together. All right, so let's get our earrings together. Okay, we are going to start with the larger ones. Okay, so you have 3 pieces. Okay, and you're just going to make sure you get the little holes I just see. Make sure when you're taking it off the mat, make sure that when you're weeding, you're getting rid of the little holes for the earrings, for the little jump ring to go through. Okay. Now, let me show you first. We have the antenna going this way. Okay. So make sure when you're lining it up, they're going the correct way. One's larger than the other, and one's going down, and the other one's up a little bit higher, as you can see. Okay. So I have this craft glue, and I feel it works pretty well. See if you can see that. It's by Scotch. It's a tacky glue. It says photo safe and it's permanent. And what I like about this glue is it dries really, really fast. So sure. I'm going to just start. Be liberal with your glue. I mean, don't go crazy. But, you can just slide it around like that. Make sure you get the sides. Okay, I'm just going to put the next one down. Make sure when you're doing it, you're lining them up evenly. That's very important to do. You need to line them up very, so that way it looks like it's all one piece. Okay, just like so. Very easy. And I'm just going to get the next one. Pretty liberal. Again, I'm just going to line it up. You can use hot glue. I prefer not to. It dries a little too quick, This way I have a little bit of time and I could always come back in and move it around if I have to or anything like that. Gives me a little bit more work time. Okay. Nice. All right. That's one done. Okay, let me show you again real quick. Here we are. Don't worry about getting a little bit of glue. It dries nice. It's clear. And as you can see, that looks really good. You would never know. Let me put it, this is the basswood. So that looks really good. All right, so we are good there. Okay, I'm going to put that over to the side to dry. So our one set of earrings are ready to go. All right, I told you about the basswood. And in Design Space, I did not put a hole because the cutting knife will not do it. What you need to do is, and this is what I did, if you come up with another idea, please just put it down below and tell me about it. I used a 1/16 drill bit. I couldn't use anything else because of how this was, how delicate basswood is. So what I did was I literally put a little bit of pressure behind, took my drill bit and just went back and forth and spinned so that way it wouldn't break. I did that with these little guys too. And that was the only way I found out that I could do it without breaking the basswood. So I just went back and forth, just spinned it, spinned it back and forth like so. And as you can see, the wood is coming off. Just back and forth, just a little patience. Little patience. And there it is. It's already through. You can see. Okay. All right, so let's move on. Let's get to these little guys. I already went ahead and, oh, here they are. I already went ahead and I weeded out our iron-on. if you can see. Okay. So the face will go this way. Like so. Let me try to get that in line. Going to take my heat press, put it on. We're going to click it for 30 seconds. You don't have to put much pressure on it. All right. Let that cool a little bit. Get all excited. It's got to cool. That cool. Okay, while I'm waiting on that one, let me get the other one going. Goes this way. Make sure you line it up nicely. Okay, I think that looks good. Okay. Hopefully that will. Whoops. Okay, that came out nice. All right, let's see how this one is now. Okay. Film it off. And that came out good. Okay, there you are. Put that over to the side. It's still pretty hot, but I'm excited. Oh, I'll let that cool a little bit. All right, I'm going to do the back on this one. Line this up because we mirrored it so it came out nice. Okay, that looks good. Now, let's get our little eyes on. For these bigger earrings, you're going to put, write that down. For the large guys, you're going to put 10 millimeter. These are half pearls that you can buy. Okay, oops. I will put the link down below. These are 10 millimeter that will go into the bigger eye socket. And then we have 8 millimeter in the next one. Okay, all I'm going to do is take some craft glue going to put it a dab in here. Put it right on the middle. Get another one. Ready? All right, I'm going to put that over to the side. Let that dry a little bit or let it set up. Let's see how this is. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Look how cute. All right, let's get our bodies. Okay, these guys, they're going to get these little earring in the back. Okay, we're going to put it glue. Now, when you're gluing it, all you're going to do is just put it up like so. Okay. Look in the back to make sure that the it's not showing through. Not that I've never done that. So we're going to put that like that. Just take my craft glue. And I'm going to put it as close as you can. Put a little pressure. Let that dry. Okay. What I probably should have done first, now that I think about it, is put the eyes on this one. So sorry about that. Okay. For this guy, his larger eye socket, he's going to get the 8mm, and in the small eye socket, he'll get the 6mm, 6 and 8. Okay. So probably should have done that first. You put it in the eye here if you want, any way you want to do it. But I should have done that first. Might need a little more glue for this one. There we go. Like that. I might turn that around and see. I'm going to just push it on a little bit. Needs a little firm holding. Might need a little more glue. Okay, that's better. Sometimes it needs a little more glue. You could use, if you like, you could use some hot glue as well for the eyes. I don't advise it for the little layers though. Okay, so let's put that like that. Let's see if I could do this. I'm going to put that like that. All right. Wasn't too bad. Not as bad as I thought. Let that dry. Okay, good. And I'm just going to put the back on this one. Again, just put it up there. Like so. Okay. Perfect. Put it over to the side. Let that dry. Probably should take it off my mat. I don't want any glue on my mat. Just move that to the side. All right, almost done. Almost done. All right. For these guys, we just need our jump rings and our little wire earrings. like so. And I think these are 6mm jump rings. I think so. So usually that's what I do use. All right, again, I've done this in other videos. Just take your pliers. You're going to need to come up to the side and just lightly twist it back. I have it. You're going to put that in. You're going to take your little earring. Make sure it's facing, the front. And come back and just lightly push it back and forth until they kiss. All right. So there you have it. If you notice, if the little earring is not facing the back, you could just twist it lightly, like so, and they will twist it like, I'll do that again because I was out of camera. You just twist it back lightly like that, and then they'll go nicely in the back. All right, show you that one more time. Take your jump ring, find the opening, open it up, lightly twist, not too hard. Okay. Put it into the hole. There we go. Right, and I'm going to put my earring on. And I'm going to come back with the other pliers and just lightly push it back and forth until they kiss. Right, so there you have it. You have your other earring. Okay. But we are not 100% done just yet. Our little guys need some eyes. So what we're going to do is we are going to just use a Sharpie. This is easy. What you're going to do is take your Sharpie and you're just going to draw a pupil right in the middle. Circle. And that's it. And that's it. Okay. And lightly. At that time. And just come back in. You're going to have to just let your earrings dry. I would let them dry overnight before wearing them. That way that you know that they're good to go. All right, and there you have it. I'm going to lightly put it together if I can. Okay, it's all through. You're going to put your backing in, and there you have it. You have your cute little earrings, or your little dangling ones. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll give this a try. If you decide to use the basswood, please let me know. I would love to know how you made out with yours. Please hit the subscribe button below. And I also like to tell you, in order for you to get this directions for these cute little earrings, they'll be in my Facebook group, and you'll be able to get the link and make them yourself. So give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Take care.